If you consent to a Yu-Gi-Oh reading, please stay. If not, click away. And today, I am no fortune teller, for I'm a Muslim witch. Therefore, I'm going to be explaining to you guys the symbolism of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and ask you questions to provoke self-reflection, because I cannot stand readings that tell you things that they would have no idea of knowing, like, your ex is coming back. Oh my gosh, you're a chosen one. They have evil eye on you. How do you know that? Nobody knows that. So that's why my readings are a little bit different in the sense that we do questions. So without further ado, please don't get scammed. I will never message you for a reading. Okay, if you want to book a reading with me, go to my Etsy at the Hatchling. Hello. Otherwise, that's not me asking for a reading. But anyway, Auzubillah minash shaitani rajim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Amin. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. You guys, hold on. I'm being called to share the magic that just happened with this first poll. So I actually just tried to record this video and I gave a really good description about this card. And I was really sad and depressed because I didn't film it. I somehow didn't hit the record button and I gave this really good description of the Kachikochi dragon. And I literally asked Allah, I was like, Allah, please let me draw the same card again. And I did. And I'm just like, oh man, God is the magic. Anyway, so the Kachikochi dragon, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the symbolism first. We have a brilliant crystalline dragon, ferociously snarling, sparkling with rainbow energy, but in the dark, right? Notice how the border of the card is darkness. Therefore, we're getting like a glowing light in the darkness, right? We also have, once per turn, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, and it can attack once again in a row. So for those of you guys who don't understand Yu-Gi-Oh game mechanics, I'm basically just going to interpret the symbolism of the Yu-Gi-Oh mechanics to give you your reading today. So let's deep dive into this. The way that the mechanics working, talking about detaching materials to attack again, is how this card functions within a duel, right? But within our lives, it provokes us to ask questions like, what baggage am I carrying that I need to detach from myself so I can attack my goals again, so I can keep attacking what I have planned in my mind? How can I let go of what's holding me back, weighing me down, like past memories, things that I keep telling myself, like story narratives that are keeping me held down, right? How can we detach those things from ourselves to make room to sparkling like glow, right? This is very ferocious energy in the sense of like, you're in the darkness, but you refuse to stop shining, right? What element is this? Earth. How can you nourish your body, right? Earth is the element of stability, our bodies, right? Our nutrients. Are you nourishing your body enough? Like, are you taking care of yourself? What is the state of your body? Do you feel ill? Do you feel ill? Excuse me. If you feel ill, I'm concerned, okay? Because like you shouldn't be feeling ill. You just, all right, so what can you do to better help yourself? What can you do to better help, your physical health? How can you better help your mental health? How can you better help your spiritual health? Because it is all interconnected, right? And ultimately, are you shining your crystal light? Are you? Are you too scared to shine brilliantly in the dark? Because I think we all know you don't deserve that. Next, how can we shine in the dark when we are scared, anxious, unsure of our own positions? Let's see. This one looks like the one. Oh, I love this card. We got Scrap Dragon. Such a good design for a dragon, by the way. I love this card so very much, but let's read its effect, right? So we have once per turn, you can target one card you control and one card your opponent controls, destroy them. When this card is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or by card effect, and sent to the graveyard, target one non-synchro scrap monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Okay, so do you feel like you have to I don't know if it's offensive for me to say like kamikaze, but do you guys know about like the Japanese pilots that like flew their planes to their death, right? Do you feel like you have to like go on a suicide mission to even just get a scrap of life? That hurts my heart for both of us, bestie. Let's take a look at the image of this card, right? We have a dragon barely held together by wires, made out of a bunch of scrap material, glowing red eyes, pipes that are pushing out exhaust, and drills on its hand, mismatched materials, all of it, right? It's giving chimera of scraps, right? Are you a chimera of scraps? Do you accept scraps in your life? Do you feel like you have to self-destruct in order to take out threats just to get a little piece of yourself to try and build back again? We're also earth, right? Do you have a scarcity mindset in the sense that like resources aren't for you? Like you have to be scrappy to find your resources? Do you feel like you have to scrap with people to have a place at the table? Do you feel like you have to scrap with people to be heard and respected? Do you feel like you have to scrap with people to make sure your needs are met? Do you feel insecure about your needs being met? Do you feel like people are never going to show up for you? Do you feel like do you feel like more of a machine than a human being? I need to sit with that one for a second. Do you feel more like a machine or a human being? I wasn't ready for that one. I really need to think about that one. That is probably going to be the question I'm answering in the comments for today's video, which, by the way, definitely pick your favorite question from today's video and answer in the comments down below, because that's how these videos are designed, by the way. But when we feel like nothing but scraps, how can we overcome that? Okay, dude. We pulled a spell card. So for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with Yu-Gi-Oh, there's different kinds of like classes of cards. There's monster cards, there's spell cards, there's trap cards, there's like extra decks, right? There's fusion monsters, etc. But for the most part, there's 3 classes of cards. And there's the, monster cards, like the scrap dragon we just had would be a monster card. This is going to be a spell card, okay? That's why it's green. So what can we do when we feel like we're like scraps or whatever? Use some dragon tactics, okay? What does this say? It says, tribute 2 dragon type monsters, special summon 1 level 8 dragon type monster from your deck. Okay, so we have a chessboard with some dragons on here, and it's giving very much an air of you have the ability to change the game depending on how tactical you are. That's like the symbolism of this. And when it comes to the actual effect of the card, the way that you use this card in the game is any sort of card you have in your hand, you discard it to basically grab like a blue eyes white dragon is usually how people use dragon tactics, right? So it's because like blue eyes white dragon is like such a high level monster, right? But it's also a level 8 monster. So you have to detach some small ideologies that you're clinging to with the death grip, right? In order to adopt that new one that's bigger, that's better, that's more productive. That's kind of like the symbolism I'm getting from this card, right? So now we have to ask ourselves, are you being tactical? Are you being tactical in the way that you live your life? Are you being tactical in the way that you make sure you protect your family, the way you protect yourself? Is the way that you treat yourself good tactics? Or do you need to treat yourself better for some better tactics, right? Are you afraid to let go of things that are small in order to make room for something that's big? Do you feel like you have to hoard beliefs? Do you have to hoard belief systems? Like, when I mean that, I mean like in the sense of like, do you hoard the feeling of I'm not good enough, but I deserve love, but people always abandon me, but I have high standards because I know I deserve better? Like, those are really complicated beliefs to hold and hoard. So like, let's like streamline that, right? Like, how can you streamline your ideology? How can you streamline your thought process? How can you streamline your belief system in a way that doesn't contradict itself, that doesn't bring you down and doesn't stress you out, but instead is tactical in the sense of it helps you, it elevates you, right? Like that's kind of what I'm getting for when you feel like scraps. That's how we elevate, right? We got to be tactical about that. We got to be tactical about the way that we handle our emotions sometimes. Like be strategic with how you handle your breakdowns. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm so serious. Like please have some strategy when you break down in an emotional way, okay? Otherwise it'll blow up in your face. But before we get on out of here, what is one thing that we should focus on more than anything else for reflection today? This one. Oh, I love this card so much. Okay, ready? So I actually pulled one of my only ritual monsters in the entire deck, which is a blue background for a card if you don't know how like Yu-Gi-Oh cards work. But we have a Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Oh, look at how badass it is. Oh, he's so pretty. He's so pretty. Okay, the card says, Dragon Ritual Effect. You can ritual summon this card with chaos form. Must be ritual summoned. You cannot be special summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict double piercing battle damage to your opponent. Oh, this card is overpowered. Okay, so let me explain how overpowered my little dude is here. First and foremost, the ritual summoning about it, right? So the symbolism of this card is giving you need a dragon ritual to help you like create that routine, right? Like some sort of like dragon ritual that you can perform on a regular basis that reinforces like your strategy, reinforces your crystalline rainbow energy, that reinforces, you know, you not looking at yourself like a pile of scraps, right? You're not a pile of scraps. You're Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, bestie. Like, let's go. And then it says, must be ritual summoned, cannot be special summoned by other ways. That is going to say, like, every ritual card is going to say that on it because that's what makes them a ritual card. But in the essence of a reading, right, it means that you need to consider, am I focusing on my magic? Am I neglecting my magic? Is there something I could be doing within my practice that could help me feel better, that could help me do better? Am I putting a pressure of perfectionism on my craft? Or am I allowing myself to get messy with it? Am I allowing myself to mess up, be imperfect, and just show up, right? Like, that's kind of like what I'm getting from the whole ritual aspect of it not being able to be summoned in any other way. There's a certain, this like symbolism is a certain like essence of there needs to be a ritual to create an ending of some kind, to create closure, right? That's kind of the vibe that it gives to me personally. And then cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. That means that when you do this ritual, whenever you create some sort of dragon ritual that you can do regularly, right? All that's going to mean is it's going to make it impossible for other people to shake your sense of like stability. Like, do you feel insecure about your identity, right? Like, do you feel like you know thyself? Do you feel like the whole world could unite against you and you still have faith in who you are, right? Like, no matter what people say, like, do you really know yourself? Because if you really don't, like, that's where you need to start, right? Because that is how we become unfuckwithable, right? Like, when you have like very detailed understanding of who you are, you can't be fucked with, in the sense that like no one can like gaslight you, no one can like make you question your worth. Like, no one can do that. It's just becomes noise, right? Blah blah blah. Because like, you know who you are, you know your purpose, and you know why you show up every day. Like, that is the essence of creating this dragon ritual for you, because it's going to create that accountability loop for you. And that accountability loop is going to improve your self-confidence over time in a way that creates that unfuckwithable energy. Are you afraid you won't keep your promises to yourself? Because that's usually how that self-confidence spiral happens. You like overpromise yourself things and then you underdeliver, and then that just tanks your self-esteem. Excuse me, like really tanks your self-esteem. And then it also says, let's see, If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict double piercing battle damage to your opponent. Yeah, that means is that anyone who's trying to defend against you rising as who you are, when you attack them, it does double the damage in the sense of like, if you are taking offensive action that is tactical, right? With the dragon tactics, right? And you execute it in a way that is precise, in a way that is contemplative, in a way that is strategic. What does it say? It says double piercing damage. That is how you actually move the needle more than you realize, right? It's about focusing on how you can hone your actions to bring about the most efficient result, in the sense of like, are you even aware of what you want to do with your life? Like, are you even aware of who you are? Are you aware of who others are in relation to you? Like, are you constantly questioning if you're doing the right thing, or are you constantly assuring yourself that you are? Like, what is thy relationship with thyself? Like, is it a healthy one? Is it positive? Is it destructive? Is it sad and depressing, right? And that ultimately is, are you willing to face yourself here? And just to end the video, are you willing to face yourself being and feeling like a pile of scraps? Are you willing to face that scrap pile that you believe you are, and ignite your crystalline rainbow light within your scrap pile, tactically, strategically, so you can discard the things that are small and hold you down to invite a larger, bigger blessing? Make room for that, because at the end of the day, you are Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, in the sense that you are no longer small, okay? Do you feel small? Do you feel like you will always be small? Do you feel in your mind that you're going to be a child forever, that you're going to be in trouble? Are you an adult who feels that they are capable of being in trouble? Did you know that you can't get in trouble as an adult? Okay. Well, that is my reading for you lovely human beings today. Thank you so much for tuning in for today's reading. I love doing my Yu-Gi-Oh readings. If you would like to book a Yu-Gi-Oh reading with me, you totally can over on my Etsy shop at the Hatchling Hollow if you are interested in like a personal Yu-Gi-Oh reading for you. And also, I will never message you for a reading, by the way, so please don't get scammed. And the reason why I do my readings this way is because, again, I just really don't like tarot readers that just make stuff up and tell you things about you that they would never have any way of knowing for sure, because it just kind of feels dishonest and like they're lying to you and like they're scamming you. But this is like my way of offering an alternative, because here we come to the readings daily to ask ourselves questions, to reflect on things that we need to, and perhaps see a different perspective in a way that doesn't already predetermine our life and our reality and our outcomes. So I thank you so very much for joining me today. If you're new here, assalamu alaikum, merry meet, and welcome back to your daily dose of DragonFaether. My name is Azura DragonFaether, the Draconic Priestess, and I've been working with dragons since the 90s, here to share my experience with you for daily guidance in these readings. And just before we get out of here, we're gonna start doing a reading of the Quran every single time for these readings. They're just quick little messages, but here we go. I just randomly opened one, and we have hold on, that one just didn't make any sense, but we have the winners. Okay, ready? So we have Surah 11, verse 23, the winners. Surely those who believe, do good, and humble themselves before their Lord will be the residents of paradise. They will be there forever. So with that being said, no matter what you feel like, even if you feel like a scrap dragon, just do your best to do good, and you will have paradise. So much love to you guys. I will see you in the Hatchling Clan Discord server. Don't forget to join us and hang out. If you love dragons and want to talk more about it, if you want to learn about any world religion as well, we love talking about them all over there. But I will see you very soon. But until next time, stay geeky, chicken, and freaky, little hatchlings. And my system comes out very soon, so stay tuned. But Lapis, blessed be, and Ami. And please follow me so I don't get lost.